Hello, I'm David Sparks, and I am not an exercise physiologist, but I do know one thing. It would probably be very good for you to get your heart pumping. After all, isn't that why they have treadmills and gymnasiums? But I've got a story that you may need to take your blood pressure medication for. Imagine how the public views environmental lawyers. You know, the saviors who challenge CAFO operations about methane and lagoons. People who, in the sake of saving the planet, forbid cattle ranchers from running their cows too close to pristine waterways, raise the roof over hunting wolves. The list goes on and on ad nauseum. I'm sure you're aware of that. A lot of the public, listening to news accounts of these so-called planetary stewards, collectively breathes sighs of relief knowing that these eco-warriors are out there fighting the good fight for the right cause. Well, let's get one thing straight right here and now. I am adamant about our Earth. I believe in preserving our environment, just as anybody who loves the outdoors does. Western farmers and ranchers, outdoorsmen, hunters, fishermen, have a legacy of cherishing this beautiful country. One thing I don't believe in is false prophets. It's in the Bible. Remember the story about money changers in the temple? Well, I found Karen Bud Fallon in Cheyenne, Wyoming. She's a former Department of the Interior law clerk and presently a partner in a law firm. She's also a cattle rancher. The good folks of the Western Legacy Alliance teamed up with her, and here's what she found after looking into a lot of these nonprofit environmental lawsuits. In just 6 years, nonprofit environmental groups filed more than 1,500 lawsuits, and in turn, the federal government has paid out more than $4.7 billion in taxpayer money in settlements and legal fees in cases against the U.S. government. And in often cases, these lawyers are billing up to $650 an hour and getting paid for it. That's, in fact, you and I, as taxpayers, paying those bills. That's a legion of supposedly non-profit law firms making fat livings by suing the government on agri-relevant ecological and environmental issues and charging, as we just heard, exorbitant legal fees. Karen told me these exact words, and I'm going to quote her right now. What they're doing, these lawyers, is stopping projects by default, not with the judge saying that the project is bad, but with the judge saying, federal government, you didn't jump through enough hoops. You can't do the project until you jump through enough hoops. But by the time the government gets around to doing that, the project sponsor, meaning the cattleman, the feedlot producer, they've run out of money. They don't have any place to put their cows, and in the meantime, they've lost their crop for the year. How do you feel about it? I know I sure don't like it. And another thing, do you wonder why the federal government is broke?